So, up to a couple of weeks ago, I have never seen any of the Paranormal Activity movies, and I regret changing that. This is one of the most boring, soulless franchises I have ever fucking watched. But I will not let me watching 7 movies be for nothing. So here's my Paranormal Activity ranking. The Marked Ones is the first of 2 spin-offs, but they disliked the spin-off idea so much that halfway through this movie, it just becomes Paranormal Activity 5. This is like if Logan Paul made a horror movie. Wrong comparison. So our lead guy gets a camera and starts off with doing bad jackass stunts, but quickly starts with spying on his naked neighbors. So I can never like this guy. So the plot of this movie is that the downstairs neighbor gets murdered, leaving an empty murder house. After a party, the main guy wants to take a girl home, but his grandmother is home, so he can't take her to his home. What is the next logical step, you would think? Her place, maybe? No, he takes her to the murder house and gets possessed by a demon. To be honest, this guy deserved it. So now the two friends get help from a local gang to fight a coven of ghost witches. By the way, the gang tries to shoot ghost witches with shotguns. I repeat, trying to shoot a ghost. But this isn't the dumbest part. During the fight with the witches, one of the leading guys runs through a door that is a portal between time, leading him back to the end of the first movie. So the off-screen scream from Katie in the first movie was from seeing this dude. Yeah, this simple franchise has evolved from simple security found footage style to gang wars, ghost witches, and time travel. The only way from here is up, I guess. Number 6 on our list is the sixth Paranormal Activity movie, The Ghost Dimension. And it is better than the marked ones, but is dog shit that much better than horseshit? The plot of this movie gives me a headache, but I'll try to explain it. First, this time there is a ghost camera. Yep, a fucking ghost camera. You can see ghosts with it, and the guys see it, and they still not fucking leave. Sure. So, a new family in 2013 finds a box of VHS tapes that show the cult from part 3 training Katie and her sister. Apparently, Katie can see the future, so Katie sends a demon to the future to let the kid of the new family open a portal between 2013 and the ending of part 3 in 1989. So at the end of the movie, the kid and her mother go through the time portal back to the end of part 3 in 1989. There, the mother gets killed, giving Toby, who is the main demon of this franchise, a body so he can like take over the world or something. So this makes all other movies beside the third one useless, and that doesn't make sense. But also, if Toby has a body now in 1989, why doesn't he have that body in parts 1, 2, 4, and 5 that take place after 1989? Is this an alternative timeline? And if they knew in 1989 that they would need a girl in 2013 for Toby to get a body, what's the point of doing all the demon shit in the earlier movies, and why have put more thought into this than the writers ever did? The one that started it all. It is really impressive that this small movie created this big franchise because it's fucking boring. This entire movie is just two people arguing about the stupidest things. Oh yeah, and there are ghosts. Like, I want to have a big rant like I had about the previous 2 movies on this list, but I can't because nothing happens in this movie. So, next, I guess. The prequel that might be the most important one in the franchise. We follow Katie and her sister as children in 1989, and we get a ton of lore. Although a coven of witches wasn't what this franchise needed, in my opinion, there are some nice scares with the ghost sheet, and near the end there's an amazing jump scare. The problem is that besides the ending, this is just like Paranormal Activity 1 and 2 again. Slow nights where there's like one thing moving and people do not believe each other and there are more spooky stuff going on. And unfortunately, most of it is so fucking boring. I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but this is the same as the first three movies. But it has some nice additions. To start, I really like our lead, and it makes sense Catherine Newton has become a star. I also love the creepy kid and the Xbox Connect camera as Ghost Hunter. It's a really cool idea. What keeps this from moving higher is the creepy fucking boyfriend. He keeps making weird sex jokes while she is clearly not into it and also records her in her sleep. Yikes. After six movies that all felt the same, this movie is a fresh breath of air. We follow a documentary crew who go to an Amish community where one of the makers was born, and we learn that the Amish aren't who they say they are. It works well enough for me. It's a bit slow in the middle, but the end is complete hell on earth, and it's amazing. Honestly, I don't want to say too much about it. Just watch it. It's a good time. This is the only movie in the franchise I would give a positive review to. The previous movie on the list I would go mixed on, but this is the first one I would go say watch it. And it's all because of great characters. And we even get a normal boyfriend for once. Again, we have the same cheap jump scares as all the other movies, and it is boring as fuck, but at least I care about the characters. But only giving a positive review for 1 out of 7 movies is a really bad score for this franchise.